for you and the Giants now going forward, offense was at times very good and at times inconsistent.
Yeah.
How can we get to that level where it's very, very good all the time?
Just like you said, it's got to be consistent. And coming from my end, it's got to be consistent. You know, next year, I have a feeling that next year will probably be my best year I've ever had in my entire life. That's where my mind's at. And I kind of had to take a step back and just breathe it all in. You know, you have to embrace it, the ups and the downs. It's part of life. It's not really about how you fall down, and not to be cliche, but it's really about how you get up and what you're going to do after. And I know I'm going to stand on my 2 feet. You know, my mom, my dad, I try my best to make them proud. So I'm just enjoying life right now. Just enjoying it and just trying to, you know, keep growing, because I feel like the minute you stop growing, you know, there's not really much more for you to do in life.
Odell, as a competitor, you said there a second ago, you have to learn from what happened a year ago. For you this offseason, what perhaps are you going to take from this season that you can learn from to build on for next year?
I think it's just understanding the position that you're in. You know, this is it's not as much as you want it to be. It's not just football anymore. There's a lot more that goes into it. So just knowing your role, playing your role. You know, there's every decision that you make is not only your decision. It's for somebody else as well. So honestly, man, I'm just trying to be the best role model I can be for these kids. You know, I remember when I was a kid and I looked up to somebody, and there was somebody who motivated me and pushed me to be better. And that's all I really want to do. If I could change one of them's life, that's good for me.
One of the special things, Coach, about the NFL that they're doing this week for the Pro Bowl, they're allowing each player to bring in a coach from their past that has meant something to them along their career. Odell, who did you bring?
Coach Stewart from my high school.
Come on in here, Coach. Come on in here.
man.
Come on in here.
See him.
Why
You
did
get a mic. We're going to give you a big
We hid him
ESPN
from you,
mic,
man.
too.
We hid him
How about
from you.
that?
I didn't even see him.
Why Coach Stewart?
You know, honestly, this is one of my first. This is the first coach I had where, you know, I was on a level of you connected with him, and you know, obviously there's those park ball and stuff like that, but this is really where I grew up. And you know, as you grow up, you start to mature and you go to college and things like that. And he's just always been there for me since day one.
Now, Coach, I had him up here yesterday with Sherman, and he said he could play defensive back too. Is that a true story?
Yeah, he played pretty much everything for us.
So he was there. Did he kick too?
He did. He actually did.
Okay.
It's
all around
Odell's
player
high
then,
school
huh?
He's all around, man.
All around player.
What's it like for you? I know, and Herb can speak to this. Coaches, you see these players as young men grow into adults. What's it been like to see Odell on this journey?
It's surreal. For me, it's a once-in-a-lifetime deal. I mean, he's the best player, obviously, I've ever coached. He's a better kid, and I love him like he's my son, and care a lot about his family. I know how proud the whole Newman community is of him, and I write him. He's pretty good about keeping in touch with me. Write him texts. I know he's busy all the time, but
They hitting that phone.
Yeah, hitting that phone. But
He's an
honestly,
Uber driver too, by the way.
Yeah, no, he's I told his mom. I'm very impressed with that.
Now, you brought Odell something.
I did. He's been bugging me about this.
I'll hold this as you get it.
This is the only one we have left, and
Okay.
it's getting more and more. This is actually Odell's original Newman jersey.
Wow.
How sweet is that,
And
man?
you can see he even tailored it when he was.
He was already styled in high school. Huh?
No, this is for him. We bought it from New Orleans, and it belongs with him. I told his mom we're going to surprise him. This all worked out, but as I said, we love him very much, and just to see the player he's become, the man he's become, and I know the best is yet to come for him in the future, but so blessed. I love him very much.
Very good, Coach.
Odell, great moment. That's what the NFL is all about. These guys get to bring in a coach from their past that had an impact, and now we get to see that Odell apparently had the Ezekiel Elliott thing going on.
Early.